a singular goal with this show, and that is to help you make smarter decisions so that you can have better relationships. Now, in case you're wondering, I'm still filming on location. I'm on holiday with my husband in the island of Tenerife at the moment, and that's why I'm not in my normal studio. And today I'm going to be answering another one of your questions, and it goes like this. The traditional stereotype is that children from broken homes end up with broken homes. What can separated parents do to avoid their children ending up in the same position? Well, this is something that's really very, very close to my heart, because if you're someone that follows me and you followed me for any length of time, you know I make no secret of the fact that my parents' marriage did not actually work out. So my dad left my mom when I was 15, and that was actually the main thing that drove me to start studying about marriage and relationships, because I wanted to have the kind of marriage that God had promised that I could have, and I was trying to learn how for myself, not necessarily for teaching others. So I've got a great marriage, and I really thank God for that. And my 3 siblings also have got great marriages as well. So what I'm saying is this: if you're someone who has that kind of background, so maybe your parents' marriage did not work out for one reason or the other, I will say to you, you can absolutely buck the trend. You see, because your parents made their own decisions, but you had the opportunity to make your own decision. So you can use that as an impetus, as something that drives you to have the kind of marriage that God has planned for you to have. So because their marriage fails doesn't necessarily mean that your marriage will fail, as long as you make up your mind to make the decisions to build the kind of marriage that God has desired for you to have. That's the first thing I'll say. Now, the second thing is this: if you're parents and you're in that kind of situation where you're struggling, or your marriage is not working, or maybe your marriage has actually broken down and you're concerned about the effect on your children, I will absolutely say to you, protect your children. Protect your children. That's one thing that I absolutely credit my parents for, because I was blissfully unaware that anything was really going wrong in their marriage until the point at which things completely broke down. So I didn't actually realize that there was that much of an issue. Why? Because they did not get us children involved in their conflicts. So a child's mind is not designed for adult-sized conflicts. I believe that so strongly, and I will say it again: a child's mind is not designed for adult-sized conflicts. So your children were not there, or they were not party to that decision you made to say I do, so they should not be party to any conflicts that you have between the two of you. So basically, protect your children. Do everything that you can to make sure that your children still respect your spouse or ex-spouse or whatever it is, and don't draw them into that conflict. Don't use them as bargaining chips, to gain the upper hand in your relationship or in your marriage, trying to get your children against your spouse or ex-spouse or whatever. That a child's mind should not be exposed to that. Protect your children so that they can be positioned, in such a way that they can build healthy marriages at the end of the day. Well, I hope this has helped you. If this has helped you, then please leave me a message on Facebook or Twitter, on Instagram or YouTube, or wherever it is that you're watching from. And if you've got a question you would like me to answer, then head on over to tommytalks.com/ask, and I'll answer your question next time. See you next time. Bye-bye.